Hi everybody, I'm Jared Pike. This is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, October 22nd. On today's show, Dr. John Fifer fills us in on the latest advances in orthopedics. We'll learn how the current Middle East conflicts have biblical roots stretching back thousands of years. And it's Christmas time! Well, it will be soon. Find out why these residents are in the holiday spirit right now. But first, what fun things can you do today at Shell Point? Quite a few, but here are two of them. At 2:15, it's time for Library Book Talk, where we discuss the latest in literature. This month's featured book is New York Diaries, which compiles the personal journals of George Washington, Charles Dickens, Andy Warhol, and hundreds of other visitors to New York over the past 4 centuries. Come hear the fascinating insights from Dick Jacker of Paul Makers, and enjoy some refreshments as well at Library Book Talk, today at 2:15 p.m. in the Social Center on the island. And then tonight, we're hosting the Fall Dance in the Grand Cypress Room with the theme, Wish Upon a Star. We'll provide the hors d'oeuvres, Billy Dean and Dawn will provide the tunes, and you provide the moves. The Wish Upon a Star Fall Dance starts tonight at 7 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Now, a few health reminders for our Tuesday. Dr. Harry Sy is a urologist who has visited the Arbor Medical Center for several years. Now, honestly, no one looks forward to talking about urology. But if you face these issues, then you'll want to hear the solutions that Dr. Sy offers. He's speaking this morning at 10:15 a.m. in the Social Center, and all are welcome. Now, many Shell Point residents need oxygen tanks and other accessories. So, how do you manage it? Well, this afternoon, Jack Hubbard is hosting a support group called Breathe Easy for all residents and their spouses who deal with oxygen machines on a daily basis. They meet at 2 p.m. in the Woodlands Oak Room, and all are welcome. And then we talk about arthritis. Whether it's in the hands, the hip, the knee, it's something everyone deals with at some point. Now, there's no one that knows it better than Dr. John Fifer, orthopedic surgeon. The always entertaining Dr. Fifer will be offering a presentation on orthopedics next Wednesday, October 30th at 10:15 a.m. in the Social Center. Here's a preview.
I'm Mary Franklin with an upcoming Health Connections program coming on Wednesday, October 30th in the Social Center at 10:15 a.m. And I would like to welcome back Dr. Fifer, one of the Shell Point favorites here. And he is going to be covering the topic of orthopedics in the aging population. Dr. Fifer, thanks for being here today.
Oh, thanks for letting me come. I love this place.
I know you do. You just light up and you get excited when you come out on property. For those of you, though, that are new to Shell Point, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I fix old people.
Okay.
I put in new hips, new knees. We fix their carpal tunnel, their trigger fingers. And we like to keep the aging population moving. I have a mom just like the people here. Unfortunately, she lives in Pompano, and I've got to keep her moving, too.
Okay, so you really can understand what our residents are going through. And you work for Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine in town.
Correct. There's a group of 7 of us,
Okay.
and we can fix about anything if we have to.
Now, when at your talk, you're going to cover the whole gamut, the whole body. You don't say, I do knees and that's all I do. You really look at the whole body when someone comes to you, correct?
Well, our group covers everything. But myself, or I should say, what I do is specialize in the aging orthopedic problems in order to keep people moving. Either surgery or no surgery. Most of the time it doesn't get surgery, but sometimes it's the only option to give them the quality of life they want.
Okay. When does somebody make an appointment with you?
I think the proper time to see us is after they've seen their doctors here at Shell Point and they're not getting well, and usually their doctors will tell them, time to go see Dr. Fifer and his partners, and let's see if we can't get you a better quality of life.
Right, because if all of a sudden you're not able to go to your fitness class, or your knee hurts, so you're not walking as much as you used to, it's time.
You can't walk, you're falling, it's interfering, it's just not right.
Right.
And you know, you kind of know when your knee, your hip, your hands, your elbow, your shoulder doesn't work right, you say, okay, it's not getting better. Let's go see what the problem is, and then we'll talk about what kind of fixes are available for that problem.
Right. And with all the advances in technology in the surgery world these days, it shouldn't be such a scary endeavor.
It's not as scary as it used to be. We know pretty well and can predict very well how it's going to unfold, what will happen in the future, and then you can make the proper judgment call.
Right. And Dr. Fifer, you have an interesting philosophy on surgery. Can you share that?
Well, my philosophy of surgery is you use it to keep yourself moving. And once you get over 80, I don't think anybody should have more than one operation a year. Because it just sucks too much energy out of you. So you have to plan what this year's fix is going to be.
Right.
What do I want to fix this year?
Right.
And next year we'll fix something else.
Okay.
Kind of like a car.
Right. Well, that's a good plan, and it will keep everybody on their life quest goals here at Shell Point with our wellness program and keep them moving. Thanks for coming out again. We're looking forward to having you. You want to sign up for this program? Call either of the service desks to do so. Again, it's Orthopedics in the Aging Population. It takes place on October 30th, which is a Wednesday at 10:15 in the Social Center. Dr. Fifer and I hope you have a wonderful day.
So we've had some television drama the past few months, and I'm not talking about dramas on your television, I'm talking about dramas about your television. Since we changed cable systems over the summer, some of your TVs have looked great, and some just couldn't cut the mustard. Now, if you're still hanging on to an older TV, perhaps it's time to look at what flat-screen TVs can do nowadays. Bill Smith Appliances will be visiting Shell Point next week with a selection of television sets of all different sizes and models. You'll be amazed at the quality of the picture and the value of today's flat-screen TVs. At this event, you can just peruse, or you can actually purchase TV sets right on the spot. Our Bill Smith Television Expo will take place next Tuesday, October 29th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Social Center. Don't miss it. Now, speaking of drama, we've had a recurring theme in our Academy classes this semester. It's the Middle East and viewpoints on the many conflicts there. But our next presenter can trace these conflicts back thousands of years, all the way back to Isaac and Ishmael. Come hear the biblical perspective of Pastor Andy Hawkins as he begins his Academy presentation, Why Do the Nations Rage? It starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Here's a preview.
Hello, everyone. I'm Terry Kolath, and I'm here today with Andy Hawkins, senior pastor of our village church. We're talking about a program he is going to provide for us in the Academy of Lifelong Learning. It is a class with 3 sessions. Why do the nations rage? Thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
We are delighted as we look at the topic of Islam that you are having such a great involvement in our education. It comes to mind that so many of us in this community have lived and worked in Muslim countries. More have traveled to Muslim countries. Sure. And after September 11th, we looked at it so differently. Who are these Muslims? And with your help, we've formed an academy theme this semester where we're looking at all areas, history, culture. Why? Tell us, Pastor Andy, why is it important that we look at the biblical roots of the Middle East conflict?
Well, I think there's a great contrast between sort of the worldview of the Islamic world and the worldview of us Americans, and it revolves around history. Our memories are very, very short. Their memories are very, very long. And it's interesting to me to see how they understand their role in the world and their purpose in the world and their destiny, in fact, in light of people groups that come to us out of the Bible. And there's some fascinating stories, and some of the biblical history bears heavily on these issues. And it's interesting that various groups of Muslims look at their connections with those biblical groups almost as if they happened last week. And it's a fascinating way to understand what's really unfolding today in the Middle East.
The urgency, the current, we may not understand that urgency and the current feelings we have. We always say, don't talk about religion and politics. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
I really don't know. Obviously, we do need to do it. Yeah. You mentioned September 11th, but that was not the first foray into these kinds of conflicts. There were many other episodes of terrorism that originate from various sectors of the Islamic world that date back for 20 or 30 years in this modern period of time. And so September 11th really shouldn't have been all that surprising to us in a certain respect. Obviously, it's magnitude and impact taking place as it did on our own soil was remarkable. But at the same time, those kinds of things have been in play for quite some time, and in order to understand the nature of the conflict, we really need to understand what is happening in the minds and worldviews of those who perpetrate those kinds of things. And it really does go back a long, long way.
It goes back a long, long way. Mm-hmm. You say that the conflicts in the Middle East, in the course description, are complex, geographic, economic, social, political, and of course, religious. And the conflicts are not confined to the Middle East. So we are looking at the roots in the Bible, but we're looking at how it plays out across the world now. Mm-hmm.
Well, like you said, it's complicated. Obviously, at the origination of Islam under Muhammad, recognized the various dimensions of Judaism and Christianity, and he actually was associated with sort of extraneous strands of both of those groups in an interesting kind of way. But he looked at both of those groups, Christians and Jews, as sort of departures from the original monotheistic religion under Abraham. And so he takes that conflict all the way back past the Old Testament, which he regarded in the New Testament, of course, as sort of corrupted versions of religion. And so you can't even start with Muhammad. You have to go back past where Muhammad went, because Muhammad actually was looking all the way back to Abraham for the roots of religion, and then constructing a religion from the ideas that came to him, and then found their way into his writings in the Quran. But so it goes back an awful long way, all the way back to the beginning of the Old Testament. To recognize some of those roots. And
so valuable for us to have the opportunity to have someone take us back.
That's correct.
And look at it today.
I hope it'll be an interesting journey. I think it'll be a surprising journey to many people, because not only will we explore the aspects of Islam and how it originated and how it relates to the other religious groups, Judaism and Christianity, we'll also look at the conflict as it continues to unfold today in terms of the relationship between the current state of Israel and also Christianity and the United States. It's kind of interesting. Obviously, the focal point of the Islamic world with respect to the conflict really does revolve around the Jews in Israel. I mean, that particular stretch of land. So it has that geographical component to it, but it also has the political component to it, because they look at Israel as being essentially propped up by and supported by the United States. Sure. And so they look at us as essentially one and the same with respect to who their enemies happen to be. And so it has that kind of geographic, political dimension, and then other dimensions play into it, resources that are in the Middle East. Sure. People tend to think of oil, but oil really isn't as nearly as important as water, for instance. Sure. Who has the water rights over there? So that the conflict continues to unfold in demonstrable ways, and as people of faith, we have to wrestle with what are our obligations toward those kinds of conflicts. And sort of try to sort those kinds of things out. And I think people will be challenged by that on pretty much every side of the issue.
We are so looking forward to it. I thank you so much for making this offer, for actually accepting this challenge to take us back to the biblical roots of the Middle East conflicts.
I appreciate that. Looking forward to it.
And I want to make it very clear that the senior pastor, Andy, has drawn such a large crowd that we are no longer able to hold this program in the Grand Cypress Room. We have moved it to the Village Church in the auditorium. You are all welcome, regardless of if you have signed up or if you decide to go today. You are all welcome. We have room for everybody. Take this great opportunity and come out for this program that has 3 sessions. You won't want to miss 1 or 2 or 3. I'm Terry Kolath.
Well, folks, I know you're just starting to see hay bales and scarecrows pop up everywhere for fall, but our eyes are already on Christmas. Residents Renee Maxwell, Wally Yeager, Joan Morgan, Lynn Wheaton, and Ann Herman are the organizers of the Employee Christmas Gift, the one time of year when residents can offer a monetary gift to employees. As you're about to see, they're tremendously excited about giving back at Christmas time.
Are you sure this is the place we're supposed to be meeting?
Yes, Renee said it's time for us to get back to Christmas time.
Christmas always starts right here in the courtyard with our tree lighting.
So, where is she?
Hey guys, what's up?
We're all here.
Here for what?
You said it's time for us to get back to Christmas time, so we're all ready.
No, I said it's time to give back at Christmas time. For the employee Christmas gift.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, we know. Well, we have the Christmas decorations, but the employee Christmas gift is something bigger.
The employee's Christmas gift is the one time each year that we can give gifts to the employees to let them know how much we appreciate all of their hard work.
How about we give them some Christmas ornaments?
You can, but what most of the employees would really appreciate would be some money.
I guess they could all use a little boost to buy gifts for the kids and travel to see family.
That's right. And with all of us working together, we can make sure that they get a worthwhile gift.
So it's time to give back at Christmas time.
That's right, Joan. And I bet we can make it as easy as possible to give.
We could put donation boxes at each service desk.
That's good. What else?
We could offer forms from the finance department so it could easily be put on our monthly bill.
Good idea.
Good idea, Lynn.
Excellent. Just make sure all of the donations come in before Friday, November 29th. Because the next week, December 6th, we have the privilege of handing these gifts to the employees in person.
That's always a great event.
Okay, any other questions? All right, let's go then.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Good idea.
It's time to give back at Christmas time.
They're not the only ones who are excited about giving back at Christmas time. In today's Village Church Connection segment, we see how Village Church members are getting their shoe boxes ready for Operation Christmas Child. That's coming up. But first, let's cover all of Tuesday's happenings from Resort Services, followed by your Academy news and menus.
Hi everybody, it's Tuesday, October 22nd, and I'm Bev Chandley, and this is Leslie Brand, and we're here with the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. We're going to begin our activity lineup today at 7:15 with the Health Connections class, Bend, Breathe, and Balance. That'll be in the Health Club on the island. Then we move to 8 o'clock, where the Ladies Golf Association will be down at the golf course. At 8:15, you'll find the stamp ministry going on in the stamp room on the island. All volunteers are welcome. Then we have an 8:30 bocce game down at the bocce courts at the Woodlands. At 9 o'clock, the Susie Q will be heading out for a sightseeing tour. Sign up is required for those trips. At 9:15, we have open painting down in the art studio. Also at 9:15, we have the shuffleboard group down at the shuffleboard court. They're always looking for new members, by the way. At 9:45, the Women's Ministry Bible Study will be held at the Village Church. At 10 o'clock, the King's Crown Tea and Tour will be going on at the community room of King's Crown. We have Health Connections class at 10:15, common urology conditions and treatment options. That will be in the social center, and sign up is required. 10:15, we have the Through the Bible study group. They'll be in the Osprey room on the island. Then 11 o'clock, the Suzy Q heads out again for Rum Runners for lunch. You do need to sign up for that trip. At 11:45, we have a Health Connections class, Living Healthy. That'll be in the Osprey room on the island. That's our morning lineup. Here's Leslie to tell you what's going on here this afternoon.
Thank you, Bev. At 12:30 is the Mixed Progressive Bridge in the game room at the Woodlands. At 1 o'clock is the Oxygen Support Group in the Oak Room at the Woodlands. At 1:15 is the Knitters Group in the Osprey Room. At 1:15 is the Rollicking Recorderist in the Tarpon Room and the Island. Also at 1:15 is Women's Ministries Prayer in the Hospitality Room. At 1:30 is the Stamp Ministry in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. At 2:15 is the Library Book Talk in the Social Center at the Island. At 2:45, the Health Connections Balance and Mobility Training Level 2 in the Health Club, but it is closed. At 7 o'clock is the Fall Dance in the Grand Cypress in the Woodlands. Sign up is required and you don't want to miss that. Thank you very much for tuning in with us and have a fabulous day.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Tuesday, October 22nd. At 9:30, we have advanced memoirs on the computer in the Computer Center of the Woodlands, and sign-up is required. At 10 o'clock, the Seven Wonders of the Ancient World will take place in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands. Sign-up is required. At 10:15, Apple iPad. Got one? Now what? The Basics will take place in the Manatee Room of the Island for those who have signed up. And at 1:15, our storytelling class continues in the Manatee Room of the Island. At 1:45, we have a new class, a how-to using a word processor. This takes place in the Computer Teaching Center on the island, and sign-up is required. Tomorrow we have a new class, Experiencing Colored Pencil Painting, with Karen Hubbard of Lakewood. We also have Why Do the Nations Rage, Session 1, with Andy Hawkins, Senior Pastor of the Village Church. Please note, this is a new location. The class has grown so large, we've moved it to the Village Church, and you are all welcome. We also have So You've Got Windows 8. Now, what are you going to do with it? With Floyd Jameson of Parkwood. And Writing and Illustrating a 32-page picture book with Sandy Ayler of Eagles Preserve.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is chicken marsala with rice pilaf and buttered peas. The dinner special is pan fresh night for $11.95. And the soup of the day is cream of mushroom. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Tuesday, enjoy an alpine chicken sandwich with coleslaw for $7.25. For dinner, there's Hawaiian chicken over rice with grilled vegetables for $8.25. In the Palm Grill, the dinner specials are snapper en papillote for $14.95 or stuffed pork loin for $12.95. Menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
I'm Priscilla Waltz. I live at Periwinkle Court, Shell Point. Today we're having a shoebox folding party. We got 400 boxes from Samaritan's Purse, and these people are busy folding them, ready for people to take and fill and bring back the week of November 10 through 17. These boxes are for children all around the world. People around the world are filling them. So we're just part of this big program. To start out with, the instructions are in the box, and all you have to do is turn down the end inside flap. Then the brochure that will give you the label to put on here, you will receive at the church later. On this folder, you will find 2 labels for a boy or for a girl and an age bracket, so that when you have completed filling your box, one of these labels should be attached to the top side of the box, and that will indicate whether it's for a boy or a girl and the approximate age group. Each of these boxes will have 2 rubber bands, big rubber bands in them. And when you have completed filling your box, you should close the box and put the rubber bands on the outside of the box. Do not seal the boxes. We only got about 329 boxes last year. This year our faith is stronger than it was last year, and we're aiming for a minimum of 400 boxes. So if you have filled 1 box before, how about 2 boxes this time so that we can make our goal? The boxes will be available at the church. You can stop in and pick up a box anytime, pick up 2 maybe, because we would really like to reach our goal of 400 this year. And then please do not bring them back until the 10th of November because we don't have storage space for them.
I'm doing this because I think this is a worthwhile cause, and I'm happy to add to it.
This is my first time doing this. I'm loving it. Yesterday I was already buying things to put in it. And I just think it's a great idea to help out.
We won't get bored. And we can chat while we're working. That's always fun.
We're having fun. Yeah. And when the children open them, they're going to have fun.
I love shopping for the items to put in it. It's my favorite part. I find these little Bibles at the one of the stores, and that's the best because they have them in different colors, and I love to be able to provide a Bible to each of the children.
I just love to see the expression on the kids' faces when I get the videos every year, and it's such a wonderful ministry. So I just enjoy this.
So we are on our way for our journey in supplying shoeboxes to children around the world.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow for a special episode of Shell Point Today, where we explore the role of tiny cameras in bringing the big world of Shell Point to life. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, October 22nd. I'm Jared Pike, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.